Holy crap. Ethereum broke $3,800 for a bit. Are you bullish yet? Well, you better be. Because everyone's talking about crypto again. Bitcoin is doing its thing, breaking past resistance after resistance, and you can feel the energy coming back into the space. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. Just a month ago, the Coinbase app was ranked 382nd in global popularity on the iOS App Store. And as of July 18th, it climbed all the way past the top 100 into the 62nd spot. That means it flew past 320 other apps like it was nothing. Retail interest is clearly coming back, but if you've been subscribed to this channel, none of this is a surprise. We've been watching global liquidity, monitoring the Fed's next moves, and staying ahead of the catalysts that drive real momentum for a while now. But here's what most people are still missing. Even with all this hype, the total crypto market cap hasn't reclaimed its 2021 peak. We're still hundreds of billions away from a full recovery. So what does that mean? There's still massive upside left on the table. Let's not forget the fact that it feels like we're just around the corner from some major rate cuts, with Jerome Powell not denying rumors around his potential resignation and Trump eager to replace him with someone more willing to lower interest rates. Things are definitely starting to heat up. So while momentum is building and capital is already beginning to rotate, you should know what's coming next. That liquidity will start trickling down to large cap altcoins, and fast. But the big question is, how can we get ahead of the curve and start loading up our ports with these altcoins before they take off? Well, you're gonna need a solid exchange. I've tested a bunch of exchanges over the years, but one of the few I actually trust and use regularly is WEEX. It's simple to use, works fast, and has all the trading features you need. Things like limit orders, stop losses, and clean position tracking. The fees are already super low, but if you use the link in the description, you'll get 30% off trading fees and a chance to earn up to 30,000 USDT in bonuses. So in a sea of coins that all promise the same thing, which ones actually have a shot at standing the test of time? We know that every cycle has its breakout stars. In 2017, it was ETH and XRP. In 2021, Solana and BNB climbed to the top, and this time around, we might just see a new contender. And one of the possible options is going to be what this video is all about: Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP. But make sure you watch the full video, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are definitely some points on both bullish and bearish sides that we have to go over. For example, back in 2021, ICP launched with a ton of hype. It had massive backing and a huge vision to reinvent the internet. When it hit exchanges, the price exploded right out the gate, hitting a market cap of over $22 billion and a token price of over $460. But the hype didn't last. Within weeks, the price came crashing down hard. It was an absolute nightmare, and if you were to look at the chart back then, you would have just thought this was a classic rug pull with no hope of recovering. A lot of early investing firms and insiders were accused of dumping their ICP tokens after buying them in pre-sale rounds, and retail traders who bought the top were left holding the bag. On top of that, the tech was super complex, and most people didn't really understand what ICP was trying to do. That combo of confusion, controversy, and a sharp crash damaged its reputation badly. Now, I'll be honest, if you're someone who bought ICP at that top and are waiting for your bags to recover, it's gonna be seriously tough. That launch is easily the biggest bearish point around ICP. But since then, the team has been consistently building at the project and ecosystem with their heads down. So the big question is, was ICP just a failed experiment from the last cycle, or does it have the potential to completely turn around and fulfill all the promises they made at launch? To answer that question, let's make sure we have a solid understanding of what exactly ICP is. This project is trying to do something seriously different. Most blockchains focus on financial infrastructure like payments, DeFi, and trading. But ICP's vision is bigger. It aims to reinvent the entire internet using blockchain. Hosted websites, social media platforms, decentralized cloud computing, all running directly on chain without relying on centralized servers. That means no Amazon AWS and no Google Cloud. Everything is fully decentralized and hosted on a network of node providers across the globe. And unlike most chains, ICP doesn't need third-party tools to make this happen. It has its own programming language called Motoko for smart contracts, making things seriously optimized. The ecosystem is strong too. ICP has its own RWA protocol called Origin, its own liquid staking protocol called Water Neuron, its own DEXs, governance protocols, social media apps, AI apps, and more. All this adds up to a TVL of just under $30 million in their DeFi sector. And you might be surprised by the overall charts. Right now, ICP has over $3 billion in market cap and is consistently ranked among the top 50 largest crypto projects. Looking at this bull run specifically, ICP has a local high of over $7 billion in market cap back back in December of last year. So it still has a bit of way to go, but over the last 30 days, the coin has been climbing a decent bit. The chart matches a lot of other coins in the AI sector, showing how the sector had a huge spike in popularity in December and dropped shortly after. But things are looking interesting as we're now finally starting to see some strong price movement after a few months of consolidation. These pricing charts are important to look at and build your game plan off of. But some of you guys might find it difficult to really break down price charts, make TA setups, and get your hands on that juicy alpha. Well, that's where the FireHustle Discord comes in. Our research team is constantly bringing you guys real-time market updates, technical analysis, and strategies that have been working. Whether you're actively trading or just navigating the space long term, being part of a strong, informed community helps you move with more confidence. If you're interested in learning more, you can find the link down below. So what else could influence the price and future of ICP? Well, first, ICP's tokenomics have always been a point of debate. While the total supply is capped, the circulating supply keeps inflating as node rewards and governance incentives are handed out. This has caused strong sell pressure and led some investors to feel like it's unsustainable unless user demand can keep up. Second, the project might not be as decentralized as it seems. While the ICP network is designed to be decentralized in function, some critics argue that the early architecture and voting structure allowed the DFINITY Foundation to have a strong influence. That combination of centralization and early trust issues with the team still hangs over the project. And third, branding and communication have held ICP back. It's true that ICP is a very complex project and most regular retail investors still don't really understand what it does. And people are a lot less likely to invest in things they don't understand. So the team really needs to work on making their project more beginner friendly from a marketing perspective. And fourth, it's not just complicated for investors, but for developers too. Since ICP is built on this custom Motoko language, it's unfamiliar to most devs. Just like with Sui and its custom move language, asking developers to learn something new adds some serious friction. Think about it. A developer would much rather just build on a chain where they already know the language. So because of that, adoption is going to depend on either better onboarding or strong enough incentives for devs to make that switch to Motoko. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. ICP has a ton of things going for it that may give it a serious fighting chance to claw back into the top 10. For one, ICP has a fully fledged staking mechanism to help address those inflationary concerns. So even though tokens are being issued at a higher rate, over 70% of ICP's supply is currently locked in governance, which is a solid stat. Next, the decentralized issue has improved as well. DFINITY now controls a much smaller share of voting power thanks to the increase in node operators on the network. At launch, most nodes were concentrated and under the control of insiders. Flash forward to today, node ownership is more distributed across different companies and investors, giving more voices, influence, and governance. And third, this is probably my favorite update of all. We have the Caffeine AI project. This one's exciting. It's a new platform built by the DFINITY team that lets you build Web3 apps using just language prompts. All you do is describe the kind of app you want, like a token-powered marketplace or a social platform. And Caffeine builds it on-chain in real time with no code. It was demoed live at the 2025 World Computer Summit, and if it launches publicly the way it was shown, it would be a massive game changer. Take a look.
Okay, so let's start off to get oriented with a really simple app. Just a single page with a smiley on it. So I'm going to tell it, create a smiley web page. So it's finished writing the app's code. We can see that from the chat. And it's now deploying it to the network. Boom.
Pretty cool, right? Now, there's one more thing. ICP now works directly with Bitcoin and Ethereum without using bridges. They built something called chain key cryptography that lets ICP smart contracts hold and send real BTC. They also created CKBTC, which is like a faster, cheaper Bitcoin on the internet computer. As for Ethereum side, ICP can interact directly with ETH and ERC20 tokens. And there's also Bitunix, a new tool that lets devs build Ethereum-style Solidity-based apps on ICP, but with lower fees and faster speed. So to sum it up, ICP is a complex, controversial, and full of potential. Sure, it had one of the worst launches in crypto history, with billions of dollars funneling from retail into the hands of insiders, but the team never stopped building. And now, with better infrastructure, new tools like caffeine, and improved decentralization, it's positioned better than ever. And with macro conditions improving, more attention on the AI sector, and altcoin season on the horizon, ICP might finally get the recognition it was meant to have. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you bullish, bearish, or somewhere in between on ICP? Maybe you can never trust Definity again after the launch, and I wouldn't blame you. I read every comment and would love to hear your take. And that's it for today. Remember, just because I'm talking about a project doesn't mean you should blindly invest in it. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risk before making any investment decisions. If you're interested in the projects I'm watching closely, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you want more videos like this, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.